Tonight, the atmosphere unleashed one of its most dangerous displays of power. A violent tornado outbreak has swept across communities, turning ordinary storms into rotating supercells capable of producing destructive tornadoes, massive hail, and devastating winds. But events like this are more than just extreme weather. They reveal something deeper about how our atmosphere works, how quickly conditions can change, and why preparation and awareness can mean the difference between safety and disaster. In this coverage of the March 10th 11 tornado outbreak, we are breaking down 7 powerful lessons that every viewer should understand about severe weather. These lessons come directly from the science of storms, the technology used to track them, and the real-world impact they leave behind. Because when the sky darkens and warnings begin to sound, understanding the power of the atmosphere is no longer just interesting, it becomes essential. Let's begin with the first and perhaps most important lesson. 1. Nature's power is unpredictable. One of the most important lessons from a tornado outbreak like the one unfolding on March 10th 11 is a simple but powerful reality. The atmosphere can change faster than most people expect. Earlier in the day, many of these storms may have appeared ordinary on radar. They began as clusters of thunderstorms forming along a cold front, fueled by warm, moist air rising from the surface. To the untrained eye, it may have looked like just another stormy day. But within the atmosphere, the ingredients for something much more dangerous were coming together. When warm, humid air near the ground meets cooler, faster winds higher in the atmosphere, the environment becomes unstable. This instability allows thunderstorms to grow taller and stronger. At the same time, wind shear, the change in wind speed and direction with height, begins to twist the rising air inside these storms. When those rotating updrafts become organized, a thunderstorm can transform into what meteorologists call a supercell. Supercells are the most dangerous type of thunderstorm on Earth. They are capable of producing large hail, destructive winds, and powerful tornadoes. And the transition from a regular thunderstorm to a rotating supercell can happen quickly, sometimes within less than an hour. That is what makes severe weather so unpredictable for the public. A storm that appears harmless in the afternoon can evolve into a life-threatening situation by evening. During major outbreaks, conditions across an entire region can support rapid storm intensification. The atmosphere essentially becomes a loaded system, waiting for a trigger. Once storms begin forming, they can strengthen rapidly, sometimes producing multiple tornadoes within a short period of time. Meteorologists spend hours analyzing atmospheric conditions before these events occur. They examine temperature gradients, moisture levels, wind profiles, and instability. Even with advanced technology and sophisticated forecasting models, there are still moments when storms intensify faster than expected. This unpredictability is exactly why severe weather warnings must be taken seriously. When forecasters say the atmosphere is capable of producing dangerous storms, it means the ingredients are already in place. The only question is when and where those storms will reach their peak intensity. The lesson here is not that forecasting has failed, but that nature operates on a level of complexity that can escalate rapidly. Tornado outbreaks are reminders that the atmosphere is a powerful, dynamic system. When the right conditions align, the transformation from calm skies to destructive storms can happen faster than many people realize. Understanding this reality is the first step toward respecting severe weather and staying prepared when warnings are issued. 2. Early warnings save lives. Another critical lesson from a tornado outbreak like the events of March 10th 11 is the life-saving power of early warnings. Decades ago, tornadoes often struck with little or no warning. Communities would suddenly hear the roar of the wind, see debris flying through the air, and realize only in that moment that a tornado was approaching. Many lives were lost simply because people had no time to react. Today, meteorology has changed that reality. Modern weather radar can detect the internal structure of storms with incredible precision. Doppler radar allows meteorologists to see rotation within a thunderstorm long before a tornado forms on the ground. When forecasters identify this dangerous rotation, they can issue a tornado warning, alerting people in the storm's path that immediate action is needed. Those warnings provide time. Sometimes it may be only 10 or 15 minutes, but those minutes are incredibly valuable. They allow families to move into safe shelter, emergency services to prepare for potential damage, and communities to take protective action. During major outbreaks, meteorologists monitor dozens of storms simultaneously. Radar operators carefully watch for telltale signs of strengthening rotation, tightening circulation, or debris signatures that may indicate a tornado has already touched down. Every new radar scan provides updated information, helping forecasters decide whether a warning should be issued, expanded, or extended. But warnings only work if people receive them. This is why multiple alert systems exist today. Emergency alerts can appear instantly on smartphones. Television and radio stations interrupt programming to broadcast warnings. Weather radios sound alarms inside homes. Outdoor sirens warn people who may be outside. These systems are designed to ensure that warnings reach as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. However, the most important part of any warning system is public awareness. A warning is not simply information. It is a signal that action must be taken immediately. Waiting to see the storm or assuming the threat will pass can cost valuable time. History has shown that communities with strong warning systems and public awareness often experience far fewer casualties during severe weather events. Early warnings transform unpredictable natural disasters into situations where people can take protective steps. The lesson from outbreaks like this is clear. Technology and forecasting have given us a critical advantage against severe weather, but that advantage only works when warnings are taken seriously and acted upon without delay. Free technology helps us track storms. A third powerful lesson from major tornado outbreaks is how much modern technology has transformed the way we understand and track severe weather. Only a few decades ago, meteorologists had very limited tools to observe storms in real time. Forecasting relied heavily on surface observations, basic radar, and reports from people on the ground. Storms could develop and intensify with little warning because scientists simply could not see what was happening inside them. Today, that picture has changed dramatically. Modern Doppler radar allows meteorologists to see the internal motion of storms as they develop. Instead of only detecting rain, radar now measures wind movement within a thunderstorm. This means forecasters can identify areas where the wind is rotating, one of the key signals that a tornado could form. When this rotation begins to tighten and strengthen inside a storm, meteorologists can issue warnings even before a tornado touches the ground. In some cases, radar can also detect debris being lifted into the air, confirming that a tornado is already causing damage. Satellite technology also plays a crucial role. Weather satellites orbiting high above the Earth provide continuous images of cloud development, storm growth, and atmospheric conditions across entire continents. These images help meteorologists see how weather systems evolve over time, sometimes days before severe storms begin. In addition to radar and satellites, computer weather models have become extremely powerful tools. These models simulate the atmosphere using enormous amounts of data collected from weather stations, aircraft, balloons, and satellites. By analyzing these simulations, meteorologists can identify regions where conditions are favorable for severe storms and tornado outbreaks. But technology does not stop at forecasting. Storm spotters and storm chasers also contribute valuable information from the ground. Trained observers can confirm tornado sightings, report hail size, measure wind damage, and provide real-time details that radar alone cannot capture. These reports help meteorologists verify what is happening inside storms and improve the accuracy of warnings. Communication technology has also transformed how quickly information spreads. Weather updates now move instantly through television broadcasts, emergency alerts, mobile apps, and social media. During fast-moving outbreaks, this rapid communication ensures that people receive critical information as the situation evolves. Together, these technologies create a powerful network of observation and analysis. Radar scans the storms, satellites monitor the atmosphere from space, computer models analyze future conditions, and ground observers confirm what is happening in real time. The lesson from modern tornado outbreaks is clear. Technology has dramatically improved our ability to track dangerous storms. While severe weather cannot be stopped, our ability to detect it earlier and understand it better continues to grow, helping protect lives and communities. 4. Preparedness matters. A fourth lesson from tornado outbreaks like the March 10th 11 event is that preparation before the storm arrives can make an enormous difference. Severe weather often develops quickly, and when warnings are issued, there may only be a few minutes to act. In those moments, people do not have time to figure out where to go or what to do. The safest response is one that has already been planned. Preparedness begins with understanding your surroundings. Every home, school, and workplace should have a designated safe location in case of a tornado warning. The safest areas are typically interior rooms on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows and exterior walls. Basements, storm shelters, or specially reinforced safe rooms provide even greater protection. Knowing this location ahead of time removes hesitation during an emergency. When a warning is issued, everyone already understands where to go. Preparedness also involves staying connected to reliable sources of information. Weather alerts on mobile phones, weather radios, and local broadcasts are designed to deliver warnings immediately when conditions become dangerous. Ensuring that these alerts are enabled and functioning properly can prevent someone from missing a critical warning. Another important aspect of preparedness is having basic emergency supplies available. During severe storms, power outages and damaged infrastructure are common. Flashlights, batteries, first aid supplies, and access to emergency contacts can help families remain safe during and after the storm. Preparedness is not only an individual responsibility. Communities, schools, and workplaces also play a role by conducting safety drills and establishing emergency plans. Practicing what to do during a tornado warning helps people respond more quickly and calmly when a real event occurs. Tornado outbreaks are powerful reminders that severe weather is not only about forecasting storms but also about how people respond to them. The difference between chaos and effective action often comes down to preparation made long before the storm appears on the horizon. When people understand the risks and take simple steps to prepare, they give themselves the best chance of staying safe when extreme weather strikes. 5. Severe weather can affect large areas. Another powerful lesson from major tornado outbreaks is the scale at which severe weather can impact entire regions. Unlike a single isolated tornado event, an outbreak involves multiple powerful storms forming across a large area at the same time. These storms are often connected by a larger weather system that stretches hundreds or even thousands of miles across the atmosphere. When the conditions are right, numerous thunderstorms can develop along the same front, each capable of producing dangerous weather. During events like the March 10th 11 outbreak, the atmosphere becomes highly favorable for severe storms across several states or regions simultaneously. Warm, moist air flowing northward collides with cooler air moving in from another direction. At the same time, strong winds higher in the atmosphere provide the energy needed for storms to organize and rotate. As this environment spreads across a wide area, it allows multiple supercell storms to develop throughout the day and night. Each of these storms may produce large hail, damaging winds, or tornadoes. In some cases, storms move in long tracks, traveling for many miles while maintaining their strength. This is why tornado outbreaks can affect so many communities within a short period of time. While one area is dealing with a tornado warning, another region farther down the storm line may soon face the same threat as the storms continue moving forward. Large-scale outbreaks also create challenges for emergency responders and meteorologists. Forecast offices must track multiple dangerous storms at once, issuing warnings for different communities as each storm evolves. Emergency services may need to respond to damage in several locations simultaneously. The widespread nature of these events is also why meteorologists monitor the atmosphere days in advance. When forecasters see a large system developing that could support severe weather across multiple regions, they begin alerting the public early. These outlooks help communities prepare for the possibility of dangerous storms before the first thunderstorm even forms. The key lesson from these widespread events is that severe weather is rarely confined to a single location. Tornado outbreaks can impact entire regions, moving from one community to the next as storms travel across the landscape. Understanding the regional nature of these events helps people realize that even if storms begin far away, the risk can move quickly. Staying informed and aware throughout the entire severe weather event is essential, because the threat may shift from one area to another as the atmosphere continues to evolve. 6. Community awareness is critical. Another important lesson from tornado outbreaks is the role that community awareness plays in protecting lives. Severe weather does not impact people one at a time. It affects entire neighborhoods, towns, and cities at once. Because of this, the way information spreads through a community becomes extremely important during dangerous weather situations. When storms begin to intensify, meteorologists and emergency managers work quickly to communicate the threat. Local weather offices analyze radar data, issue warnings, and send alerts to television stations, radio broadcasters, and emergency notification systems. These warnings are designed to reach as many people as possible in the shortest amount of time. But official alerts are only one part of the communication network. Communities themselves often become a vital link in spreading information. Family members call relatives, neighbors warn each other, schools and workplaces activate safety plans. In many cases, people share warnings through messaging apps or social media, helping others become aware of the danger. This shared awareness can make a significant difference. When an entire community understands that severe weather is approaching, people are more likely to act quickly and take warnings seriously. Another key part of community awareness is education. Communities that regularly experience severe weather often invest time in teaching residents what tornado warnings mean and how to respond. Schools may conduct tornado drills, local governments may distribute preparedness information, media outlets explain how warning systems work and where people should seek shelter. These efforts help reduce confusion during real emergencies. When people already understand the risks and know the correct safety procedures, they can react quickly and confidently. Community awareness also helps prevent dangerous misconceptions. For example, some people may believe they can wait until they see the tornado before seeking shelter, or that certain areas are somehow protected from severe weather. Public education helps correct these misunderstandings and encourages safer decisions during storms. During large outbreaks, the speed of information can be just as important as the warning itself. A well-informed community becomes more resilient because individuals are not facing the threat alone. They are supported by a network of communication, awareness, and shared responsibility. The lesson from events like the March 10th, 11 outbreak is that severe weather safety is not only about forecasting storms, it is also about how effectively information moves through communities, helping people understand the danger and respond before it is too late. 7. Respect the power of weather. The final lesson from events like the March 10th, 11 tornado outbreak is perhaps the most important one of all. Respect the power of the atmosphere. Severe weather is not simply another type of storm. Tornadoes represent some of the most intense and violent forces that can occur in the natural world. Within a matter of minutes, a rotating column of air can form beneath a thunderstorm and unleash winds capable of exceeding 200 miles per hour. At those speeds, Homes can be torn apart, vehicles can be lifted and thrown, and entire neighborhoods can be dramatically changed. What makes tornadoes especially dangerous is how quickly they can form and how unpredictable their paths can be. A storm that appears ordinary at first can suddenly begin rotating. Within moments, a funnel may descend from the cloud base and touch the ground, turning a thunderstorm into a destructive tornado-producing supercell. These storms are powered by enormous energy within the atmosphere. Warm, moist air near the surface rises rapidly while colder air and powerful winds move above it. When wind speeds and directions change with height, the atmosphere begins to twist. Thunderstorms can then organize this rotation into powerful updrafts that continue strengthening as the storm grows. When the conditions are right, that rotation can tighten and intensify until a tornado forms. What is remarkable about this process is that it occurs within a much larger and constantly evolving atmospheric system. Weather patterns stretching across entire continents influence the development of storms on a local scale. High-altitude jet streams, pressure systems, temperature differences, and moisture all interact in complex ways that scientists continue to study and understand. Even with modern technology, forecasting severe weather remains a challenge because the atmosphere is incredibly dynamic. Meteorologists can identify environments that are favorable for tornado outbreaks days in advance. They can monitor radar for signs of rotation and issue warnings to communities in danger. But the exact moment a tornado forms, the precise path it will take, and the intensity it may reach can still change rapidly. This is why respect for severe weather is so important. For people who live in regions where tornadoes are common, storms can sometimes feel routine. After experiencing many thunderstorms that produce heavy rain or lightning but no major damage, it becomes easy to assume that the next storm will be similar. Over time, this can lead to complacency. But tornado outbreaks remind us that the atmosphere does not always behave predictably. Under the right conditions, ordinary storms can transform into powerful systems capable of producing devastating impacts. Respecting the power of weather does not mean fearing every storm that appears in the forecast. Instead, it means understanding the risks and taking warnings seriously when they are issued. It means recognizing that meteorologists issue alerts because the atmosphere has reached a point where dangerous weather is possible or already occurring. Respect also means staying informed, monitoring forecasts, understanding weather terminology, and knowing the difference between watches and warnings all contribute to better decision-making during severe weather events. Another important part of respecting severe weather is preparation. Communities that prepare for storms tend to recover more quickly and experience fewer casualties. When people know where to seek shelter, how to respond to warnings, and how to communicate during emergencies, the risks associated with extreme weather can be significantly reduced. Tornado outbreaks also remind us how interconnected communities can be during disasters. When storms impact large areas, people often come together to help those affected, sharing resources, offering assistance, and supporting recovery efforts. These moments reveal both the destructive power of nature and the resilience of communities facing difficult challenges. The atmosphere will always remain a powerful force shaping life on Earth. Storm systems will continue to form, evolve, and move across landscapes as part of the natural balance of the planet's climate. Scientists will continue improving forecasting tools, radar technology, and atmospheric models in order to better understand and predict these events. But no matter how advanced technology becomes, the fundamental lesson remains the same. Nature commands immense power. Tornado outbreaks like the one on March 10th, 11 serve as powerful reminders of this reality. They demonstrate how quickly weather conditions can escalate, how important warnings and preparedness are, and how essential it is for people to remain aware of the environment around them. In the end, the lesson is simple but profound. Respect the power of weather, stay informed when storms are possible, and always take severe weather warnings seriously. Because when the atmosphere unleashes its full strength, Preparation and awareness become the most important tools we have to protect lives and communities. As this tornado outbreak reminds us, severe weather is not just a headline or a moment on the radar. It is a powerful force of nature that can develop quickly, move across entire regions, and impact thousands of lives in a matter of hours. But through events like the March 10th 11 outbreak, we also learn important lessons. We learn how unpredictable the atmosphere can be, how critical early warnings are, how technology helps track storms, and why preparation and community awareness matter so much when severe weather strikes. Most importantly, we are reminded to respect the power of the weather, because when the right conditions come together, the atmosphere can change from calm to dangerous faster than many people realize. Staying informed, understanding the risks, and responding quickly to warnings are some of the most effective ways to stay safe during events like this. Thank you for watching this coverage and breakdown of the lessons from this tornado outbreak. If you found this information valuable, consider subscribing for more in-depth weather coverage, storm analysis, and severe weather education. Stay weather aware, stay prepared, and most importantly, stay safe.